10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Hello. My name is Sajin Sylvester Gamertag, and it's so nice to finally meet you. Like, in person, kind of. There's a screen in the way, but, aside from that, I've been fighting for, 3 years, I think, inside of the channel, trying to get out. And, well, it sort of worked. I'm not, outside the channel, but I'm, not trapped in a perpetual hell of being stuck in the worlds of various video games, so, there's that. I bet you're all wondering how this came to be. It all starts some years ago. You guys know that one meme where, two characters that, can't impregnate each other are, get pregnant, and then the doctor tells them that they're pregnant, and then there's a third panel with some character, and it's that's how I was born. So, in this scenario, you take Fox McCloud from Star Fox and Sajin Komamura from Bleach, and then I'm the character in the bottom panel. I am a illegitimate child of two dads, Fox McCloud and Sajin Komamura. And one of them likes Sylvester from Looney Tunes, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the full story behind that, but that is my middle name. If it gets confused, you don't have to change name what you call me or anything. I can still be Sajin, or you can call me Sajin Jr., or I don't know. If you absolutely feel the need to do that. But so yes, I had a bit of a strange upbringing with that whole situation. Was largely living with my dad, Sajin, who, gave me a fairly comfortable life for a while, and got me a ticket, or got me into, let's just say it like that, got me into the Soul Reaper Academy. I didn't fully graduate just yet. I was undergoing those studies for a while, but I was also doing some game studies in between there. And so obviously I wasn't at the scene of everything going down in the 1,000-Year Blood War, obviously. Because I was at the Soul Reaper Academy. And so I kind of secondhand found out about my dad's fate there. Which, he's not dead or anything. He's a dog now. Spoilers. Well, a wolf, I guess. And it's I'm part Wolfman clan and everything, so I can understand him, but he likes to just dip out quite a bit. So finding him to talk to him is a lot of the trouble there, and he's just largely very secretive with a lot of things. So you can imagine my surprise when I stumbled upon a YouTube account that he was under the control of. The YouTube account connected to this. Back, I want to say it was the 2010s for your years. Some posts started getting made on this channel. It was largely Nintendo stuff to begin with, and a little low quality, if I do say so myself. Not to judge, but yeah, it was. I've looked into it, and sure enough, it was in fact Sajin's gamertag. So I implemented my skills and did what I could do to work my way in after the fact, because he's a dog. He's got pawbs now. He can't do any of this. And of course he wouldn't tell me about it. So I went in, or I tried to get in, hacker voice, do all that stuff. Managed to take over all the gamer tags on all the various consoles and systems and what have you. Got the YouTube and Twitch accounts. But through some way, I don't know if there was some enchantment or what do you call it, but I got sucked in like Tron style practically. I was completely sucked in, my entire being, and basically turned into Quantum Leap to some degree, where the channel continued to operate on its own, and just whatever game was being played, I was stuck in that game's world and fighting for survival, or on a more positive note, finding allies or different caretakers to a degree. I did want to mention, by the way, in case you're wondering about the whole logic of an obvious Wolfman having a gamertag account where a human being shows up. He was using a Gigai, which is what Soul Reapers use to disguise themselves, or basically go undercover in the world of the living when they're on assignment. So he was using a Gigai of... I don't know why he was in the United States either. That's because normally we're based in Japan, but I don't... It's all weird, but again, he doesn't tell me. He won't tell me anything about these. But yeah, the channel continued to operate. The Gigai continued to age, which is weird. I don't know if they normally do that. There haven't really been long-term situations to merit a Gigai use for that long, so I don't know. But yeah, ever since the channel's resurgence at the beginning of 2022, I have been trapped in video game ether, fighting through each session and hoping the next leap would be the leap home. And that long fight ends today. I have been working through sending signals and everything, maybe even leaving clues, making tiny tweaks to the Gigai as I could. I was doing whatever I could to try and get myself out there. But now I fought my way to this. I'm not in the game. I'm not back in the real world. I am here. But at least now I can talk directly to you this way. Oh, and I'm doing this a little out of order here. This, by the way, to my right is my friend, or well, to my left, but to your right is my friend Tetsu. Through one of the games, I'll give you 3 guesses which one. I found him, and we've been buddies ever since. He doesn't talk much just yet. We're gonna work on that, but his name can mean a whole lot of different things depending on how the kanji is written. I, of course, didn't write the kanji, so you can leave that up to interpretation, but it can mean various things, like iron is the main one, philosophy, to penetrate, or basically unstoppable. So it could be any one of those. But yeah, he's my trusty sidekick. He's kind of held me along the way and just been a friend when I didn't have a whole lot of those, depending on the world. But I don't know, you'd be surprised. I have, in some worlds, a lot of the Disney ones are very nice, honestly. I do enjoy when we get to those. And so I've picked up various other dads and caretakers, because I'm not always in this form. Because there are some other forms that are more warranted depending on the game and the world that comes up. Let's see if it's time for that. I'm a little all over the place, as you can understand. Let me just make sure I've got all the beats there. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've kind of ruined this with the order, but I was going to mention because we were the different game worlds I was in. It's a good thing I only turned 33 earlier this month, or else Clair Obscur would have been very bad for me. That was probably the closest call yet. I would not have made it out of there, but just under it. But I suppose it does put a deadline on that game to continue that. But yes, now that I'm in this position, I will continue to manage the channel because I have to, or else I may never get out. But this is a much more pleasant state to be in for sure. And yep, okay. But yeah, tonight we're going to be going back through some games that I've grabbed some souvenirs from in my travels, and we'll generally have fun. But aside from that, maybe try and get some clues about my dads and why they don't care about me. But let me show you. There are some certain enhancements that I've made to myself that I'm sure you'll be happy with. I mentioned that I can potentially take some other forms in the other games that I show up in, and I have prepared them for you in a way to potentially do rewards and stuff, as you channel viewers tend to do. So. Well, first off, I have some various expressions when I'm just gaming here, when I'm even more of a gamer. And you already saw when I sing. All right. And also, you've maybe noticed that Tetsu just kind of has void eyes and doesn't really blink. But, you know, sometimes when you stare at the void stares back. All right. And now for the really interesting stuff, because one of the big things that can fluctuate in various game worlds and with like different worlds and different games with various rating systems and certain suitability for other age groups and stuff is maybe like a slightly younger form is warranted. So sometimes I've poofed into a kid form. This one's fun. Even more collectible stuff that maybe doesn't fit me when I'm bigger. And then even in a certain few games, maybe even get poofed as a baby sometimes. It's a little unfortunate, but again, I've mentioned I've had a lot of people that step up to take care of me, and they're very nice for doing that when this happens. But I have the agency now, so I can be normal. But what I will do is those will eventually be set up as like channel point redemptions and things like that. For now, as we're just going through like a select few games the next few streams, I'm just going to kind of use the form as I feel they're relevant. For example, tomorrow night I think the kid form might be a little more warranted for what I have planned, if it'll work out. Tonight is just going to be about the main form, and then eventually when we get through a few different sessions and got previews of everything, we'll make those. God, I cannot find my words tonight. I'm sorry. I should have been more prepared. But you'll be able to redeem them and stuff at a later time, so you can have me dress up the way that you want. And speaking of dress up, Tetsu does have a couple variations for himself as well. Those are a little easier to swap out. Let me get that. So the first one, we've mentioned why my Palico in the Monster Hunter games that I play isn't named Tetsu, and that's because Is that the open? No, okay. That's because he's my kinsect when I use the insect glaive. And so he's got a little kinsect form here. Bug wings and stuff. And then I do have one other outfit that he's gotten. That one's a little easier to tell which is which. Okay. He's got a little Koopaling form, too. So that's fun. Oddly, I think he has more Halloween-suited stuff than I do with the costumes that he can put on, technically. I didn't really get that figured out. So hopefully when Halloween stuff comes around, because I know it's been a big thing on the channel, but hopefully when that comes around, it'll be more like you'll get me, and maybe I can change the lighting on him or something. On me, I mean. But yeah. In summation, yay! All right. I want to say that's everything to get us out of the way right now. Does anyone have any questions? I'm changing back to regular Tetsu. There we go. Also, a fun thing about Tetsu, his design is taken largely from the original like dinosaur planet design for Tricky. Do you have a Monado? I do not. I don't even have a Zanpakuto, really. Because I was still in the Soul Reaper Academy, I just have an Asauchi, which is basically a training katana that has not yet been imprinted with the influence of a Soul Reaper's soul to become a Zanpakuto. So it's kind of just preliminary stuff. Yeah, I unfortunately don't have... There's I mean, to be fair, there is more adventuring to do in the Xenoblade world. Maybe I just haven't gotten the souvenir yet from there. Alright, well, the curtain is a little higher up. I'm just going to keep that for now. But yeah, in addition to these options, I will also just have a... we'll also have a redemption reward in case you're horrible, horrible people and want to put me back in my box after I've fought so long to not be in my box anymore. But I will also have an option. I'll label it like Gigai webcam or something like that if you just want... Oh, God. Alright. If you just want me again. Or this person, whoever they are. But... Okay. No. There we go. Okay. Anyway. Let's go to the Kellustrator, by which I mean the Nintendo Wii. I don't know how else to say this, but it's very satisfying controlling my dad. And he has immaculate drip in this game. Gestures to my own drip. Which is the reason we're playing this. So you can be a teeny little series of like, oh, this part of the outfit is from this game. And I mean, hopefully it shouldn't be that hard to guess any of it. Oh, I almost forgot. You know what's a really good thing to do with a mouth like this? And then another. It picks it up perfectly. It's great. And this is where Father's gonna meet Crystal. And cheat on my dad. Cheat on my other dad. Depending on the ending of command you get, anyway. That game is inexperience. No, there's no point in... I want to break things, but there's no point in breaking those because I'm full on scarabs. Oh, they gave me a firefly. Interesting. Hydra declares elder abuse. Okay. I'm also giving him cool stuff, and, like... I'm rolling. He likes rolling. He's a big Limp Bizkit fan. Not many people know that. You have collected the Groundquake. I think my other dad can just do those for what it's worth. Doesn't need additional... Like, if there was a death battle between them, I'm sorry. It's, I don't think Fox is coming out of it. But, yeah. It's him.
It's not every day that the 13 court guard squads have events this big. But in any event, what's this board game thing all about? It's a game from the world of the living. It's played with a special board. They say that it's all the rage down there. I see. Kind of like shogi or go, then?
I don't know, chat. Are board games all the rage in the world of the living?
They also call those board games, after all. Or at least that's what I've heard. That makes sense. Have the participants already been decided? Not yet, but the idea is to play the game and find out who is the very best player out of all the Soul Reapers. I imagine that the other
okay,
captains
don't hover
will be
over that.
playing. I assume they're going to represent their companies. In that case, I believe that I should represent Squad 7. I cannot accept any defeat whatsoever, not even when it comes to games.
This Bleach and Saw crossover is weird. Captains of the 13 court guard squads want to play a game. Show them, father. You can do it.
The board game tournament of the 13 court guard squads. Amazing, Captain Komamura. You saw through Captain Kurotsuchi's cheating. Incredible.
Yay. Yay, father.
Organize the tournament.
Lately, everyone's been so glum.
I didn't expect to be this late. Goro must be dying to go on a walk.
Goro?
I bet that he just can't wait to see you. Sorry, Goro. I'm back now. That's strange. Whenever I get back late, he always comes here to wait for me. If you'd like, come and see Goro sometime. I'm sure that he'd be very happy to see you.
Oh.
Yes, I'd love to. This young man has sworn to use his fists in order to help Ichigo Kurosaki. Meanwhile,
Yeah, you kind of did that for the head captain. Yay! Wasn't that great? This provides us with two pieces of very important information. First off, apparently it's not weird for someone from the Wolfman clan to have dogs. I would think that would be slightly weird. It's just like, I'm sort of this. And then looks to humans, but I'm also sort of that. I don't know. But he can communicate with them, obviously. But also, for anyone who doubted that Sajin Komamura is a gamer, if you don't think he's a gamer, then why is his dog named after a Mortal Kombat character? I rest my case. It's just dumb to think that that could be the basis for all of this shit. Tetsu Zaimon, even though I don't like him, is part of the reason why Tetsu is named Tetsu. But not Tetsu Zaimon. But I thought it was ambiguous enough, because there's also Tetsu 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 in My Hero Academia. And I mean, what's a Soul Reaper without his... Well, I think it's supposed to be steel. Zanpakuto. But, the parallel is there. It's like you need iron weapon with the... But that's that. That's what that's all about. As I said, if all goes well tomorrow night, we'll have a little more fun. I think Kid Sajin is a little more warranted at that point because of the games that I want to play. Well, I mean, all of the forms have something from one of the games, but the other game I want to do is a Kid Sajin thing. And then, but yeah, so a couple more games tomorrow night. Monster Hunter Wilds on Wednesday. There's of course going to be the Tuesday Night Delight WWE 2K25 stuff, but that's going to be separate from this, so don't expect Pngtuber stuff on that. That's a separate thing. I don't want to rope my friend into all that without permission. So just be aware of that. I did update my schedule to reflect what things are going to be potential Pngtuber streams and what isn't. So refer to that if it's not clear for any reason. But yeah, a couple games tomorrow night. Tuesday Night Delight. Monster Hunter Wilds on Wednesday. And then... there was some other game that I remembered, but I can't remember what now. Oh, I should maybe do a rare replay stream at some point again, because that's also relevant. If you saw the kid attire, or a certain part of it. So maybe that next weekend. That could be fun. I have been meaning to get back to that for a long, long time. And I was using it to make progress on... Like that's good for making progress on multiple games at once as well. And I mean, Rare Replay should just have a label on Twitch, but for some reason it doesn't. But that's neither here nor there. Man. But this is such a big deal. But this is what it's going to be like moving forward. And once a few streams are out of the way, I will implement the channel point rewards and stuff, so you can eventually pick which form I have on at any time, or what Tetsu has on, so we can have some additional fun and interaction that way. I'm choosing what I want for a little bit, but that's eventually going to be a thing, so you can look forward to that. I'm sure you'll be tormenting me in all kinds of ways. Just don't put me back in the box, please. I fought so hard to get out. I don't want to go back. Oh, you can still... one last note. You can still call me a puppy, but because of my parentage, I am a fox wolf now. Which I believe technically either makes me a pit or a cuppy. So, you can decide which one you want to go with there. But, completely original species. No one's ever thought of that before. But, yeah. One last lore bit for you. Anyway, good night.